There's always been a big debate about whether expensive gadgets are actually worth it or not, and there are some very good points on both sides of the argument. On the one hand, we have cheap alternatives that work pretty well and do everything that you need. But on the other hand, we have those pro devices that come with a bunch of extra features that can significantly improve our workflow and the quality of our work. So in this video, I will try to give you a clear answer by going through all the pros and cons. Let's get started. First of all, let's talk about the pros of getting the cheap version of any gadget. The most obvious one is the price. As you probably already guessed, it costs a lot less. This means that you don't have to make any compromises when it comes to your budget. In fact, you can even buy a couple of them if they are that cheap. And that brings us to the next point, which is that you can basically get the same thing done with a cheaper alternative. For example, you can take these two mics, the Rode VideoMicro and the Shure SM7B. Now for most people, the Rode VideoMicro will be more than enough. It sounds great and it's super easy to use, but if you want to get the absolute best sound quality and you have the money, then you can go for the SM7B. The same goes for tripods, lenses, camera bags, and so on. There's always something cheaper and something more expensive. Now let's talk about the pros of going with the more expensive option. The first one that comes to mind is that you get what you pay for. With cheap products, you often get what you pay for. That means that the build quality is usually not that great and might start to show wear and tear after just a few months of usage. If you go with a more expensive option, you can expect it to last a lifetime because it's built like a tank. For example, this is my 1970s vintage SM7, and yeah, it has seen better days, but it still works perfectly fine, and it still sounds amazing. Same goes for this Manfrotto tripod that I have. It's from the 70s as well, and it's still going strong. Next up, we have the fact that professional gear usually has way better image and sound quality. For example, if you compare the GoPro Hero 9 to the Sony a7S III, obviously the Sony will have much better image quality. The same goes for microphones and lenses. Generally, the more expensive ones have better build quality and optical construction, which results in much better image and sound quality. And finally, with professional gear, you get a bunch of extra features that can significantly improve your workflow. For example, my Sony a7S III has focus peaking, which makes manual focusing super easy. It also has a really good autofocus system that can keep up with fast-moving subjects. It has 4K video recording, S&Q, slow and quick motion, time-lapse, and a bunch of other features that you would never find on any cheap camera. So in the end, it really comes down to what you need. Do you need the best image quality? Do you need the best sound quality? Or do you need a bunch of extra features? If the answer is no to all of those questions, then the cheap version will be more than enough. But if you need the best quality or the best features, then you should definitely invest in the Pro version. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. For now, I'll see you guys in the next one.